Now comes to how do we choose antifungal agent? So it all depends on the patient to patient. So if the patient is having hemodynamic stability or instability, prior azole exposure. So as we know, there are three kind of agents: echinocandins, polyenes, and azoles. So is there any prior azole exposure? Is the patient having any organ dysfunction? Then when you send a sample, and nowadays even the rapid PCR screening is there, and you can identify the fungal species as well very early nowadays in some hospitals. Then what is the local resistance patterns and how sick is the patient? So all of these factors should be kept in mind when we think about choosing an antifungal agent. Suppose you have a patient who's critically ill, is in septic shock, and is hemodynamically unstable. You can think about starting echinocandin as a first line treatment. So this is preferred when the patient is having prior fluconazole exposure, when you have a very sick patient who is in septic shock and is suspected Candida glabrata or auris also there. So it depends on your profile of fungal isolates that you have in your critical care settings. So what is the benefit with the echinocandins? They have broad Candida coverage. They are active against most azole resistant species, are fungicidal, and have a excellent safety profile. Although they are slightly expensive, definitely. So they have some things which are going in their favor, except the cost, and they are preferred agents. Then we think about patients who are hemodynamically stable. They do not have any exposure of azoles. They are low risk of resistant Candida, and the species that you have isolated is susceptible. Patient is generally clinically stable. So mostly Candida albicans, which is growing lesser and lesser, and the non-albicans Candida are growing more and more nowadays. But if you have a Candida albicans usually, and many Candida tropicalis patients, they are suitable for fluconazole therapy as an initial therapy or as a step-down therapy from echinocandins. So when you talk about echinocandins, you should also know the pharmacokinetic parameters and the dynamic parameters. So as you can see, the plasma elimination half-life is highest in case of anadula fungin. Similarly, is the case for the volume of distribution. When we talk about plasma protein binding, caspofungin and micafungin are having extensive protein binding. Metabolism usually is hepatic, and the clearance is also similar in all the three: caspofungin, micafungin, and andulafungin. These are three types of echinocandins that are available. So, as I told you before, we should know about the three agents that are there antifungal classes. So, first is azoles, second is polyenes, and third is echinocandins. So echinocandins, as we had discussed previously, inhibits 1,3-beta-D-glucan synthase, thereby preventing the synthesis of glucan, which is present in the cell membrane of the fungi. Polyenes, that is the classical agent is amphotericin. It acts in fungal membranes by binding to ergosterol and causing disruption of the membrane structure, promoting extravasation of intercellular contents and consequent cell death. So it is again bactericidal. Azoles inhibit ergosterol synthesis in the endoplasmic reticulum of the fungal cell. So they act by interfering with the enzyme lanosterol 14 alpha demethylase involved in transformation of lanosterol to ergosterol. So again, this has got also something to ergosterol. These are three classes of agents. Azoles, we know the fluconazole and the voriconazole, even the posaconazole. So when we talk about the class of agents, as I told you, so usually polyenes, which is the classical agent, is amphotericin B. It is active against almost all the the fungal classes, mostly candidiasis, aspergillus, and mucormycosis. I'll be discussing which candida is resistant to that. Then when we talk about triazoles or azoles, we have fluconazole, which is usually against only against candida. Itraconazole, which is against candida and aspergillus, similar for voriconazole and posaconazole. When you talk about isofuconazole, it is mostly against mucor and aspergillosis. We've talked about echinocandins. It is usually against Candida, and flucytosine usually is used in along with amphotericin in CNS disease caused by fungus.